Hey my Nailies, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if you're new. I just realized I never really show my face on camera, so I thought I would just come in here and say hi to everybody and thank each and every one of you for watching my videos. It is fun. Again, I always try to say a disclaimer: I am not a nail tech. Anything that I say, do this, that, or the other, I'm just passing on information that I have learned from watching thousands of hours of actual nail techs and professionals do their nails. I'm still learning. It's just fun for me. It's a hobby. Stress relieving. If you've never tried maniology, honestly, I'm telling you, or stamping, it's so fun. It's messy, but in a good way. You make a big mess, but you always get nails that, you know, you're not ashamed to wear out, and they didn't cost me upwards of $50 a manicure. So check it out. But anyway, I'm going to do a real quick voiceover of a manicure that I did last night. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, subscribe, share. I'm still trying to build my channel. I do want to build my channel so that I can make more videos and maybe get sponsored and get some products so that I can do more videos, because it's a little bit expensive when you're doing it all by yourself. But again, I love it. Thank you all again. Hope you enjoy the video. Bye.
Okay, so you can see here we're just getting started. I have painted all of my nails with 2 coats of icy waters, and then I also coated one nail with a blue glitter polish from Maniology. And I am doing double stamping here, so I'm not real good with this, but I figure I need to practice so that I can get good at it. But basically you pick up the solid image in the main color that you want your tip to be, and then quickly you pick up a pattern, and both images will be transferred onto the stamper. So I don't know why, but this one particular plate that I'm using there, it's got the wavy French, I think that's what it's called. But anyway, it's really not wide enough to cover nails unless you have really small nails. I have giant man hands, so for me it was a little difficult because I had to kind of just double stamp some areas and do it again to get the lines to line up and to cover the full tip portion of my nail. And you do want to clean your plate in between each stamp. I'm using 100% acetone. Be sure not to get that near your stamper or near any plastic items that you may be using for nail art, even your nail brushes, because it will eat through that, and then your stamper is going to be cloudy and you're not going to be able to see it or use it. So I found that out the hard way when I first started stamping. So here you see I'm just putting on the blue polish over on one, and then I'm doing the French tip part in Bam White, and I put polish on both areas, pick up the first image, and when you scrape this kind of image, you want to basically have your card almost flat to that plate, because if you don't, you're going to pick up all the polish and then it's not gonna transfer. But here we go. I'm trying to get in frame for you guys so you can see me stamp it on. And honestly, that's pretty good. Do you see the little area I missed there? That's what I mean when I say that the stamp portion of that plate is just a little too narrow for my nail beds. So, or the nails that I would typically wear. I'm going in with a tiny detail brush just to, some of the white did not cover. And there you can see I'm just kind of filling that in. I think I even go in and stamp over that again just to try to fix it. And it actually turned out pretty good by the end of the process. But yeah, sometimes you just don't get a good pickup, and I really didn't notice it until I already had it on the nail. So. And now I'm just trying to line it up as best as I can so that the pattern matches. And it actually turned out pretty good.
And when you're finished with your design and you've done all that you're going to do to it, you always want to use smudge-free top coat, and that is going to keep that image from smudging. I don't care if you scrub that over that 100 times, it's not gonna mess it up. So I always use that. Generally, after I do that, I will top coat with another of my favorite top coats. I like Etsy. I think it's called Out the Door because it dries so fast, which this dries fast too. Stamping polish in general seems to dry really fast, even though it's so thick and opaque. But that's one of the reasons I love stamping polish, because I use it as my base a lot of the time, because you're getting most of the time full coverage in one coat. There's some colors that are so sheer that you might need 2 coats, but typically speaking, 1 coat and you're good to go. And it dries maybe 5 minutes. So it's handy, time saving. And I'm just turning that plate upside down. I'm going to pick up a different image now in the blue and go on to that pretty Icy Waters base. And trying to get in frame there, trying to line it up. And I really have trouble centering things on my nail. I don't know why, but I do struggle with that. And you can see there that little edge didn't quite make it. So I just used the extra that was left over and fixed it. And it turned out perfect. So good. And this is their Hawaii plates. They were a set of 2. I recorded the first part of this video, or I thought that I was recording the first part to show you the products that I was using, but I will list those in the description box below, because that portion of the video, for whatever reason, it didn't record. So I'll list everything that I used in this video in the link below in case you want to use it. And if you decide to buy any products from Nailies, I do have a discount code for you. It's NURSE10 for 10% off your order, and that applies to everything on Nailies' website except I think things that are on sale and subscription boxes. But anything else, you're good to go. And every time you purchase something, you earn stamps. They're basically points that you can use later on another purchase to save some money. So that's good. I mean, you can save. I'm basically getting, out of every subscription that I pay for in a quarter, I'm basically getting a box for free, because you get $30 off a subscription. So that's a free box, a free Nailies box. You can't beat that. That's great. I do wish that you could double up on your discounts, like if you order a really big order, like maybe say you spend $100, that you could use 2 discounts, you know, your 10% off plus whatever other incentive they've got going at the time. That would be extra wonderful. But it's just a thought, Nailies. So you can see I didn't get a good pickup, so that's why I'm cleaning my scraper card again and cleaning the stamping plates to try to get everything off of there, so that hopefully I can get a good pickup the next time.
here you can see I'm just trying to line up the stamp as best as I can and cover the rest of that area that didn't get any polish on it. And then I'm going to use the rest of the polish that's left over to kind of hit that spot up near the top where you can see there's no polish, and just try to fill in all the white areas that should be blue. So that's what I'm doing here. So you can see I got a little bit of the blue polish outside of the area that I was trying to stamp. So I'm just taking acetone and a cleanup brush and barely touching that just to get that off without messing up the whole image. So what I've done there on that nail is I've used a glitter polish. And again, I'm sorry, the first part of the recording did not record. But usually what I do is paint on the first layer and then I'll stamp on with a wet makeup applicator like a sponge. And I'll stamp that on and then you get more glitter payoff that way. And now I'm just taking a liner brush, a really long thin one, putting some polish down, and I'm going to just kind of swipe my bristles through that, and I'm going to try to outline that glitter nail. And I actually did such a good job. I was so proud of myself, and then you'll see I messed it all up by the end, but for me that was actually a pretty good job. So what I wanted to do was isolate that one little image of it looks kind of like a statue face, and I stamp it on, you'll see in blue, and it doesn't show up well. So I didn't get the opacity that I wanted, so I thought that I would try to double stamp, and honestly it just made it worse, but you'll see. So I thought that I would restamp it and get more opacity, but it actually just caused the blue to overtake the whole nail, so I didn't like that. So I just kind of tapped it in, and then I'm going to do it again in white. And there they are, a finished set. I think they turned out really cute. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, subscribe, share, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And thank you all again for watching. Bye.